Brawl Talk just dropped and we've got a lot to cover. Not just a new Brawler, new Hypercharges, and 18 new skins, but Club League is gone for good, and I've got the best way for you to spend your club coins as well as the best way for you to get resources from the new club game. They're not club games, they're called Mega Pig. But let's start with the new Brawler, Charlie. Charlie belongs to the Bizarre Circus and is the start of a new circus trio. She uses her hair as a yo-yo for her main attack, and it's very similar to Carl's attack except that it does not travel through enemies. As soon as it hits an enemy or a wall, it will return back to her, very similar to how Carl's attack returns back to him if his actually hits a wall. So if enemies are really close to her, she can spam her attack really fast and deal lots of damage, just like Carl could do that if he attacks a wall really fast. Now, I'm not sure, but it looks like her projectile travels a little bit faster than Carl's overall, so she might have a faster reload speed than his. And at 1,600 damage per attack, she actually deals 21% more damage with every attack. However, there's no chance of dealing double damage like Carl's can at max range, or by hitting somebody and hitting them on the way back. So there's a little bit of a trade-off. This does make her better at dealing damage at closer ranges than Carl and worse at maximum range. Now, if she misses everything with her attack, it looks like it travels about the same distance as Carl's main attack before it starts coming back to her. Also, we do see it deal damage to multiple enemies on the way back to Charlie, so there might actually be a little bit of a strategy around purposefully missing an enemy and then moving over for it to then hit them on the way back, like behind a wall or something like that. Very similar to Carl, and just like Carl and B, Charlie has only one ammo bar, so it won't cost her any ammo to shoot the brawl ball. Now, Charlie's super is really interesting. When she hits an enemy with it, they get trapped in a cocoon that slowly loses health over time. Now, the cocoon starts with 8,400 health, no matter which brawler gets trapped in it, and it loses 840 health per second. That's 10% of its total health. So it effectively removes that enemy from doing anything for 10 whole seconds before they're freed. They can't move, they can't use their attack, they can't use their super or anything like that. However, allies can attack it to help free their teammate faster, but that will waste enemy ammo. Also, the enemy is going to be a sitting duck with no way to dodge attacks. Like a Piper could shoot off an attack before the cocoon disappears, right before it does. And then once it's gone, they're going to get blasted in the face by that Piper shot or Shelly super or whatever, right? This is going to make it deceptively dangerous in 3v3s because all the enemies are going to be ready to attack them as soon as they come out of that cocoon. And just imagine it in solo showdown where an enemy could be hiding in a bush or just waiting to take you out. I mean, that's like, it's really scary. I don't know how strong it will actually be. I'll share more thoughts when I actually get to play with her, but it is interesting. Now, there was a quick moment where Charlie aims her super at a wall and the aiming reticle actually stops. So I'm assuming that she will not be able to like attack through walls like Cordelia's super, right? At 6,600 HP, her health is the same as Gray's and Chester's health. Now, Carl has 8,000 health, so she'll be a little bit less tanky, although she still has more HP than a lot of brawlers. Now, I think that I noticed one of Charlie's star powers. 8-Bit is the only brawler that we saw in Brawl Talk that enters and exits the same cocoon, and he actually comes out of it with only half of his HP that he entered in with it. He was at max HP, and afterwards he left with half of it. I don't know if this is exactly how it works every single time, but I have a feeling this is like way too strong for it to just be one of her base abilities. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that this is probably her first star power in action. Now, Charlie's Hypercharge is a lot of fun. Charlie's cocoon will spawn 3 spiderlings with 2,200 HP during her Hypercharge, and they will then go and attack the closest target. We never saw the spiders deal any damage or attack enemies during Brawl Talk, so we don't know if they're going to like latch onto them and deal poison like Eve's hatchlings, or maybe they'll just repeatedly deal damage when they're next to an enemy like Tara's shadows. It's going to be one of those two, I imagine. And if I had to guess, it's probably going to be like Eve's hatchlings because spiders do poison. So I don't know. You get the idea, right? Either way, I won't be able to answer this until my Charlie Olympics sneak peek video. So subscribe for that. In addition to Charlie's Hypercharge, we're getting 5 additional Hypercharges this update. We're going to cover them and the way that Hypercharge releases are actually going to be changed. And then we'll talk about changes to clubs. Jesse's Hypercharge is going to give Scrappy a massive massive health and damage buff. Her turret had 9,900 health, which is a 50% buff to its health. And we actually didn't see it deal any damage, but I could see it getting a 50% buff to its damage as well. Now, we don't know what happens to Scrappy after Jessie's hypercharge ends. Maybe it just stays like that. We also don't know what happens if she activates her hypercharge when her turret is already on the ground. Maybe it will get buffed. We have no idea. Rose's hypercharge seems pretty simple. She gets a big slow around her whenever she uses her super during her hypercharge. Now, the area looks like it's a bit smaller than Ems's super, but it's big enough that someone just out of Rose's attack range will very likely get slowed, and if that happens, there's probably no way they're going to be able to escape after that. Lu's is also simple. If enemies get hit by Lu's super while hypercharged, they will instantly freeze. This is a very strong ability on Lu. Once again, we don't know what will happen to enemies that are already inside a super when the hypercharge is activated. Maybe they will also immediately be frozen. We also don't know what will happen if enemies walk onto a super during Lu's hypercharge. Maybe they will be automatically stunned. There's so many questions I don't have answers to. Now, Maisie's hypercharge shoots out 6 of her basic attacks whenever she supers. The pattern is similar to Spike's attack, and I'd guess that if she's close enough to enemies when she fires it, enemies are probably guaranteed to get at least hit by 1, but they might even be able to get hit by 2, or maybe even more than that if you land it with like perfect positioning. Can you imagine getting hit by like 5 or 6 of Maisie's attacks with her super? That's an instant kill. Now, Colette's hypercharge adds Colette's spirit to her super. It looks like it's a little bit slower than her own attack, and we don't know how much damage it will deal, but I could see this being very deadly, just depending on how much damage it does. Now, like I said, I have a lot of unanswered questions about these hypercharges right now, but I'm only going to be able to answer them in a future sneak peek, so subscribe for that. What we do know about hypercharges is that they are tweaking how hypercharges are released. Rather than releasing 1 or 2 of them at a time, they will be releasing all of them on the same day, both in the shops and in star drops. Now, keep in mind that you don't actually have to have a brawler at power 11 in order for them to be unlocked from star drops. You could have just barely unlocked the brawler and they could be power 1 and still get the star drop without them being power 11. Now, from now on, the collector's bundles will not be available for coins anymore, but their gem costs are going to be cut in half from 299 gems down to only 144 gems. That's even a little bit better than a 50% nerf or 50% buff to how much they're going to cost. You get where I'm coming from. It's 50%, more than 50% better for you guys, okay? Additionally, if you don't want to get the collector's pack, you'll also be able to buy the hypercharge 2 weeks early for just 79 gems. That is 79 gems for 5,000 coins, which is heavily discounted and makes them a lot more worth considering purchasing. I mean, it's still a $5 purchase for a single hypercharge, and if you're a free-to-play player, it's still way better for you to save up for the Brawl Pass, but I do think that this pricing does make a little bit more sense than before for those of us who are willing to actually spend some money onto the game and can afford to do so. You will be very happy to know that they are going to continue releasing new hypercharges with a special event quest, and that quest will continue to reward you with a free hypercharge if you complete it. Now, they've even reduced the requirement from 25 wins down to 15 wins, and this isn't confirmed, but based off of what we saw in Brawl Talk, I think it's very likely that we'll have 2 full weeks to complete the quest. That is like so much better, okay? What's interesting is that instead of getting a specific hypercharge like last time it was everybody got Shelly's, you will get a completely random hypercharge from completing the event. It could be one of the new hypercharges or even one of the hypercharges from the previous season. However, in this hypercharge event, you'll only be able to play one of the 6 brawlers with the new hypercharges, so it will be a completely different meta from the previous event. Now let's talk about changes coming to clubs and the Mega Pig. Club League and Club Games are being removed from the game, along with Club Coins and the Club Shop. Any club coins that you have before the update are going to be converted to power points and coins at a 50-50 split. So if you want to choose how to spend them, you will need to do so before the update. Now, I know that I've said in the past that it is more efficient for you to spend your club coins on power points, but that is only if you can convert the power points to coins, which you can no longer do since they increase the power point cap. So instead, you should spend your club coins on whichever you need more of. And most of you guys, that's going to be coins. Even on my max account with 350,000 coins, I will be spending most of my club coins on coins in preparation for more hypercharges to be released into the game. Granted, I also will be getting some power points, but that's besides the point. For 99% of the players, I imagine almost everybody should be spending them all on coins, because with hypercharges being out into the game and not a whole lot more sources of coins into the game, there's going to be a little bit of an imbalance further on down the line, assuming Supercell does something to change that, which they very well might. Either way, all of the Club League skins are going to be added to the shop for bling or gems after the update. So if you want them now while you can still purchase them with club coins, then I recommend doing that. Now let's talk about the Mega Pig. That's right, the Mega Pig. The Mega Pig is an event that will happen in your club one weekend every month. During this event, players will get, from what we saw in Brawl Talk, 12 tickets that they can use to play the Mega Pig event. The more wins that everyone in your club gets, the more rewards you will earn for your club and everyone else in your club will earn. But I'll share more specifics on that later. The Mega Pig event is kind of similar to Club League or Power League, but way simpler and more streamlined. You will be given a, well, maybe not simpler, because on top of getting a random map and mode, you will also get a random modifier. We saw 4 modifiers from Brawl Talk. Instant overtime will break all walls and all bushes as soon as the match begins. Super Bushy will make it so that bushes will grow from other bushes until eventually the whole map is covered in bushes. Unlimited Power makes it so that defeating brawlers will drop showdown cubes, and that's in 3v3. And then there's Classic with no changes. Now, once the random 3v3 map and modifier are selected, both teams will pick 3 brawlers, very similar to Power League, but you won't ban brawlers beforehand. So you can pick whatever brawler you want, and you won't know what the enemy team is picking. So it is possible for there to be 2 of the same brawler on both teams. I imagine that you won't be able to have duplicate brawlers on the same team though. All 6 players will select their brawlers all at the same time, and after all the brawlers are selected or the time runs out, then the match will start. Now the match is a single match. You don't have to worry about it being a best 2 out of 3. If you lose, you lose, and if you win, then you add some progression resources into your club. And the whole goal of the Mega Pig event is to get as many wins for your club as possible. The more wins your club gets, the more the Mega Pig will fill with rewards and resources. And once the event is over, you get to break the Mega Pig for a massive drop of exciting loot. Now they showed in Brawl Talk that a max Mega Pig will give 15 star drops in addition to extra coins, extra power points, and extra bling. They also showed that being a top contributor of your club will give you bonus star drops, which is really cool. I imagine that means that you'll have to use all of your tickets and win as many matches as you possibly can. But one thing I especially appreciated about this is that once you run out of tickets, you can actually still play with club mates who have tickets left to help them get win. You yourself won't be able to add additional progression towards the club or anything like that, but at least you'll be able to help your teammates. And we don't really know if there are any bonuses for playing with club mates or not, other than the fact that playing with club mates is usually better than playing with randoms, but you get where I'm coming from. The most important thing here, and they said this multiple times, is that you want to be in an active and full club. They said that skill will obviously play a role, but from the sounds of it, just being part of an active club is going to go a long way in helping you reach a max Mega Pig. Now, the first Mega Pig event is not happening until mid-November, and because we are missing out from Club League and Club Games until then, they're actually giving us other resources. We are going to be getting a one-time daily login calendar to make up for the resources that we would be missing from Club League and Club Games. We will get up to 25 days of rewards, and I think that you have to log in every day or risk losing out on some rewards. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. I'll share more details in a future video, but I don't know what will happen if you will miss a day yet. The rewards you get will be based off of your current club's rank, so the higher rank your club is, the more rewards you get. Now, there's still a lot of things that we don't know from just Brawl Talk, like whether or not you even will be able to still rank up your club. Will you be able to get better Mega Pigs in higher ranks? We don't know. Will club leagues even be a thing anymore? We don't know. So stay tuned for a future video on the Mega Pig. We got some random stuff coming to the game, and then I will cover all of the new skins. They are adding the ability to share replays from the club chat. Also, during the World Finals, you will be able to earn a free Hypercharge by watching the event live. active, which I am personally very excited for on my free-to-play account. Present Plunder is back for Brawloween, and it's now themed after Halloween instead of Christmas. Also, duels are coming back, which I'm very excited for. You can also get a free clown pin for watching the full Brawl Talk video, and all of the gadgets and star powers that became weaker when they increased the power between levels, they're all getting buffed, okay? I'll have the exact values in a future video, but I would guess that most of the values are increasing by 33%. But from the sounds of it, some of them will now be percentage based instead. Now let's talk about all of the skins coming into the game, and there are 18 of them. I'll let you know the official costs when I can in this video, but I'm going to speculate on what I can't, and I'm going to show you all the official costs and animations in a future sneak peek. First up are the Bizarre Circus skins. Amazing Charlie is a spider themed skin, and it looks like it's going to cost 29 gems. From the sound of it, Rosie Charlie will be the end of the season Brawl Pass reward. And then we have the Ringmaster Byron, which this skin is so cool. If I had to guess, it's probably going to cost 149 gems, maybe even 199 gems, but I will be doing a giveaway of this skin on my Discord server, as well as on X, formerly known as Twitter. So click the links below to follow me there. I think that Cobra Lola is likely going to cost 79 gems or 149 gems. Then we have Dark Cloud Sam. This skin is so creepy. Like, what? I'm guessing it's going to cost 149 gems or 199 gems. Then we have a 299 gem legendary skin for Nita. This skin is crazy cool and will come with a bunch of special effects that all of the legendary skins have, including kill effects. In addition to the Bizarre Circus skins, we are also getting 3 Brawloween skins. White Wolf Leon is a mythic skin, will cost 199 gems and is inspired by Werewolf Leon. However, it comes with some different effects to differentiate it from the original. Hoot Hoot Shelly is very similar. It's going to cost 199 gems, and instead of being cat themed like Witch Shelly, she's going to have a pet owl and has some different effects as well. Also, a massive congrats to Glowing Shark for winning the Supercell Make campaign with his Kabacha Fang skin. Sorry if I botched that name. It's going to cost 79 or 149 gems. Up next are some Warrior's Journey skins themed after India's Diwali. If I had to guess, Dacis Grom will likely cost 149 gems, maybe even 199 gems. Supreme Bow and Brother Bow are releasing as skin variations of each other. In the past, they've done color variations differently, but my guess is you'll have to buy one of them for 149 gems, probably Brother Bow, and then the other one will cost either 29 or 49 gems, depending on how much the original actually costs. Venera Frank will likely be 149 gems if I had to guess, and surprisingly, there are still more skins. Lavish Lola is a color variation of Rebel Lola, and I'm guessing she's going to cost 149 gems. Boy Scout Gus looks very simple enough to be probably a 29 gem skin. Then we have Mecha Edgar Unit 00 and Mecha Edgar Unit 01. They are skin variations of the legendary skin, and as such, I'm guessing you're going to have to pay an additional gem cost on top of owning Mecha Edgar, probably 49 gems. And then finally, we have Hockey Mortis, who I'm going to guess will cost 79 gems. Additionally, Robo Mike and Evil Queen Pam are getting the 299 gem skin treatment. That means that you will get a pin set, an icon, a spray, and a custom kill animation for unlocking them. And that is everything that we learned from Brawl Talk. I will be covering balance changes, skin animations, and more information on Charlie and the Mega Pig event in a future sneak peek video. So subscribe so you do not miss it right here, and we'll see you in the next video.